My name is Amanda Sparrow Large T. I'm a witch, I'm a spiritual teacher, and I'm well known for marrying the ghost of a 300-year-old pirate.
This presence, can you tell us anything about him, her, it?
Going to the graveyard and we're gonna get married.
Can we start over? I didn't feel right.
Babe, where are you going?
I don't know, smoker's here.
2 hours later.
Alright, well, so me and Erica, we were together. We weren't like together. Like we were like flirting with each other very hard. Except she had a boyfriend at the time, and I didn't know my boundaries. And then one day she hit me with the, "Yeah, I'm gonna just stay with my boyfriend. I care about him too much." And that was kind of depressing. And in that depression is when I met this girl named Riley. She and I had previously gone out before. She was like 1 or 2 grades ahead of me. I was in 8th grade. She was 9th grade, I think. We said we were like boyfriend, girlfriend, but we never actually did anything. I mean, we didn't kiss, we didn't hold hands. We just kind of texted each other. And as an 8th grader, in my mind, that was going out. But I wasn't into it at all. She's not the most intelligent person ever. So at one point I told her, you know, there comes a time in a man's life when he really has to decide. There's a fork in the road, you can go left, or you can go right. And I'm gonna go whichever road you aren't on. End of freshman year, the summer of freshman year going into 10th grade. Towards the end, me and this other girl, Erica, we almost had our thing, and then it fell through. I was depressed, and so then met up with Riley again. I'm at the skate park one day with my brother. He's out skateboarding, or attempting to skateboard. He's doing his best. So I'm at the skate park with my brother, and I see her again. And I'm like, "Oh, hi. You are actually kind of pretty again." And I'm actually really desperate. I didn't want her to know that. So we start talking again. I give her my number. She gives me hers. We start texting again. And the cool thing to do was to meet up at the library. Why? I don't know. But we did anyway. Meet up at the library one day, and we're sitting in the comic book section. I'm listening to my earbuds while she's talking. I have one in, and I'm not listening to her. I'm reading a comic book as she's not paying attention until a phrase is said that really piqued my interest. So, yeah, ever since then, I don't drink a lot of blood, but only enough just to get me by. I stopped what I was doing, closed my book, pulled out my earbud, turned to her. "Can you repeat that? I didn't catch that." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't drink a lot of blood, but ever since I was in that band video, I've kind of grown I've kind of liked the taste of human blood." And I'm like, "Human blood? Oh, okay." I'm like, "What, you bite people?" "Sometimes." And I'm like, "Prove it, you don't bite people." "Oh yeah, I do." She then grabs my arm and like that. Big old freaking bite out of my arm, and it still has a mark. It's not very visible, but the mark is still there. And so we're in the middle of a library, and I just got chowed on. But so I scream, I'm like, ah! Like, screaming at the top of my lungs because I just got bit. And she's like, I told you, why are you screaming? I told you, I thought you could handle it. And I'm like, no, bitch, no! Like, I was freaking out on this girl because she just bit me. And that should have been the end of it. Should have been the end of this story. But it's not. It's just the beginning. Hey, let's go to the Iowa State Fair. And she's like, okay. And so we do that. So while we're at the fair, we meet up with some of her friends. But these were like the weird neighbor kid friends who, like, the oldest of these kids was 13. And I'm like 15 turning 16. She's 17, right? Why am I hanging out with a kid? But whatever. So we're hanging around, and I'm completely oblivious. I'm just like, oh, this is the neighbor kid. Hi. That's all it should have been. But, you know, we're there. We don't do any, like, disgusting PDA, but, you know, I give her, like, some pecks on the cheek, a kiss on the lips, right? And at one point, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, hey, bud, to her neighbor friend who's 13 years old. Want, like, a Dr. Pepper or a Coke or something? And he's like, yeah, I'll take a Mountain Dew. And I'm like, alright, cool. I'll be right back. I go get drinks. And I come back, and her demeanor just completely shifted. She was very kind of like, I don't know what I did wrong. But we go about the rest of the day. I shook the kid's hand, gave her a hug and kiss, and I left. I get a call from her later. And I'm like, hey baby, what's up? You know, it was really crappy what you did today. And I'm like, what did I do today? I have no idea what I did to this girl. Because I try to be gentlemanly. I even let her bite me in the arm really hard. You know, I'm thinking, what could I possibly have done to this girl? So I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do? I just, you know, Cody has a really big crush on me. And I'm like, okay. What does that have to do with anything? Just really mean and it just really hurt him to see us together. And I'm like, he's 13. You were 17. I know, but we're really close friends, and it really freaked him out a little, and he didn't like it. Should have known that. And I'm like, okay. I'll make sure not to kiss you in front of 13-year-olds next time. A couple days go by, and I didn't hear from her after those couple days. Nothing. I'm sending her thousands of text messages. I'm calling her a bunch. She's not picking up for 2 days straight. And I'm sweating. I'm freaking out. I can't sit still the entire 2 days. I barely slept. I'm really worried and freaked out. Well, first it was a text, and she's like, listen, my ex-boyfriend Derek is here. He's with me. And you and I can't be together anymore. I want to be with him. So I call her, and I'm like, what ex-boyfriend? What is going on? And she's like, listen, he's been gone for a while, but he's back now, and I are gonna work things out. I don't have room for you anymore. If you slept with him, we've slept together. I'm devastated. I'm heartbroken. And I'm like, fine, whatever. School year starts. I don't see her. Don't know where she is. Don't care where she is. I hate her guts. I was in PE class with two of the weirdest people I've ever met in my entire life. Tyler.
And?
Crazy Cat. It was like, she looked exactly like in South Park, the tall goth kid with like the cross earring and with like the floopy hair. She looked like that. The reason why she's called Crazy Cat is everybody calls her Crazy Cat, including herself. She's like, "Hi, I'm Crazy Cat." And she doesn't mean like quirky kind of crazy cat. She's dead ass said to my face, "I can't listen to the song." That New York song came out. In New York State of Mind with Jay-Z and what was it? Aaliyah, Ashanti, whoever. Alicia Keys. Anyway, New York State of Mind comes out. Banger of the year. She hates it. And she's like, "'Cause every time I listen to this, I think of my ex-lover. He took a bullet for me when we got mugged in an alleyway in New York City. I never saw him again. They took him away in an ambulance and I never saw him again." And I'm like, "You're 16. When the fuck have you been to New York City?" And she's like, "Were you with me in New York City?" I'm like, "No, because you weren't there." "Well, you have no proof I wasn't there." Like, that kind of shit. And this Tyler kid, he was short and fat and really into Limp Bizkit. When him and another girl were going out, she drug him around with a dog collar on. Just around, took him for walks. It was weird. It was gross. One day during PE class, I'm telling Crazy Cat about the whole Riley situation and about her and this Derek dude. And she's like, "Yeah, it's a real shame what happened to Derek." And I'm like, "What happened to Derek?" I don't know why. I didn't care. But I cared real quick. Because she's like, "Yeah, he died. Like, he passed away." And for whatever reason, I'm just like, "Oh my god. He died?" Immediately, any sort of ill feelings I had towards this guy who slept with my ex-girlfriend while I was dating her went away. Because I was a young, naive, 15-year-old. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, they were just together like this over the summer. What happened? Did he get like a car accident or?" "No, he died like 2 years ago." And I'm like, "Say that again?" "Yeah, he died 2 years ago." Crazy Cat, you've said a lot of crazy things to me over the years. We've only known each other for like 2 months. We've known each other a while. You've said a lot of crazy shit to me. I've let it all go. What do you mean this guy died 2 years ago? Because she was just with this guy over the summer, and she told me they slept together, and that's why we stopped dating. And she's like, "Yeah, so Riley, she's sensitive." And I'm like, "Lots of people are sensitive. You get over it." And she's like, no. Like, she's very in tune to, like, the spirits. And I'm like, "Are you telling me she fucked a ghost?" And she's like, "Well, I wouldn't put it like that." And I'm like, "How would you put it, Crazy Cat? Did she or did she not have relations with a ghost? With a spirit?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, that's what she was saying." And I'm like, "Okay. Follow-up question. Does that have anything to do with why she's not here at school?" Before I keep going, I want to make a disclaimer. There's absolutely nothing wrong with going to go see psychiatric help. At all. And there's especially nothing wrong if you need to go to a hospital. A place where you can, be watched overnight and deal with your issues, right? Nothing wrong with that. But that's why she wasn't here. And now as an adult, I think good she is getting help because she cheated on me with a spirit. But at the time, I was so disgusted and upset that I was cheated on by a fucking ghost that I didn't even try to date anybody for about 6 months. Is that the end of the story? Sure, but here's the epilogue. I'm a senior in high school. Who comes along one day? It's Riley. So she put on a lot of weight. She used to be bone thin, and now she was easily 260. Like, real heavy. But you could tell it was her in her crazy eyes and her buck teeth. And she was a grade above me, now she's a grade below me. She comes right up to me. And I see her, and I'm like, oh, hi, Riley. I don't know what to expect. I'm thinking either she's gonna give me some sort of explanation. She's going to just greet me with a hello or a hi. Or we would have an awkward silence. But here's what she actually said to me. She looks at me and she says, do you guys like my hair? Because she used to be like a dirty blonde and now it's jet black and long. And I'm like, sure? She's like, bye. And then left. And then I didn't see her again. So moral of the story, if a girl bites you on the arm and you scream like a little girl, that is more than a red flag. That's when you gotta just get out of it.